Hello, it's a Saturday edition of Travel the World as a speaker. I hope you are doing well. I am your host, Phylecia Jones, and we're going to do the two things I absolutely love, and that is talking about travel and talking about speaking and how you can leverage public speaking so that you can travel the world. Now, the whole gist of this show is really, like I just said, it is leveraging public speaking so you can travel, but at the same time is giving you a lot of little bits and points around what it takes to be a speaker, what you need to do to make money from it, and how you can be successful as a speaker, along with being able to see some amazing places around this world. Now, the show is brought to you by iFind You Clothes, and what we do at iFind You Clothes is we send out speaking opportunities to you. If you are looking for more opportunities to get on stage, they've already been researched, ready for you to go. I want you to come check us out at ifindyouclothes.com. Now, one of the most beautiful things about being able to leverage public speaking to travel is that it's something that I've done over the last few years, and it is amazing. Now, not only have I been able to travel to some amazing places, but because I'm an RV owner, I have figured out a way so that I can still travel and bring my speaking career with me. So, and I love talking about it. I've been to a few countries. I've traveled throughout the United States, and it's been such an amazing experience. Just doing the one thing I absolutely love, which is traveling. And, you know, I fell into a way of figuring out how I can leverage this so that I can, so I can leverage this public speaking thing so that I can keep traveling the world. And it's been, it's just an amazing thing. Now, one of the things we're going to do today is talk about how to make money from coaching packages. And you might be wondering, like, okay, what does this have to do with travel? Now, the whole thing about speaking, no matter what it is. Now, we can leverage it to travel. We can leverage it to grow our business. We can leverage it to market our brand. But at the end of the day, we need to figure out how to make money doing all these things. Now, we know that once we get a great talk, we get on stage, we can negotiate to get our everything paid for. But there are other ways to make money. And one of the things that I really encourage when it comes to public speaking is just to be smarter. Be a smarter speaker. So that you don't find yourself in situations like 2020 where you didn't figure out different ways to pivot. We got to figure out other ways to make money, because not only can you do this traveling thing, not only can you grow your business, not only can you market yourself, you can actually put some money in your pockets and make a killing out of it as well. Now, what we're going to talk about today is how to make money with coaching packages. Now, one of the biggest things, depending on the type of speaker you are, but a lot of speakers offer some type of coaching, and I'm putting my air quotes up, some type of coaching to go along with what they talk about, because people always want more. No matter what you do, people will always want more from you. And this is where we get into, okay, let's be smart about this. How can I make more money off of doing something I absolutely love? So that's why we're going to talk about these coaching packages. Now, coaching is a little bit different than consulting. Consulting, you will be paid for a short amount of time for your knowledge. You're going to get something, review it, and then you're going to give your suggestions, your recommendations, and your knowledge based on what someone's giving you. When it comes to coaching, this is kind of, I'm going to take you under my wing. I'm going to step you through all of this, be accountable to you, and help you get to get you to the goals that you want to achieve. That is coaching. Okay. So, and like I said, depending on the type of speaker you are, coaching packages might actually make a lot of sense so that you can, make more money and create this business around what you're doing. So the first thing when it comes to these coaching packages and when we're putting them together is, like I said, packages and programs. You can call them whatever you want, but it's going to be some type of coaching package or a coaching program. And we've seen them all where you join a program or you purchase a package so that you can work with somebody for a set amount of weeks, a set amount of days, or a set amount of months. So what's going to happen with these packages and programs is you're going to set up something so somebody can work with you for 4 weeks with some type of goal at the end, achievement. So you're going to create the goals and you're going to have an achievement. Now, the thing with these packages and programs is that they are repeatable. You don't really change anything. and you kind of step through the same steps are what you're going to sell to other people. Now, these packages and programs can be individual, which comes with a higher price tag, or you can do group coaching or group programs. This means you take on one group, a set amount of people for the set amount of time. Everybody shows up together, and when you're done, hopefully everybody has achieved what they said they wanted to accomplish. Or you can do it individually and work with somebody one-on-one. So when you're sitting down and think about your coach packages and programs, one, you need to think about, like, do I want to work with people individually, or do I want to do a group? Now, what happens with a lot of coaches or a lot of speakers who decide to go into the coaching is that they'll do both. They'll have one group program, which might be more affordable for people because now there's multiple people there. And then you'll have your individuals, which will have the higher price tags. So these are things you're just going to have to think about how you want to set that up when it comes to your packages and programs. The second thing that you have to think about is only having 3 offerings. And I kind of learned this when I was going through a program on how to be a coach. And it's kind of a psychological thing. You don't want to give multiple ways for people to work with you when it comes to the coaching. Now, multiple ways, I am all for it in different mediums. Multiple ways means here's a course that you can purchase, here's working with me individually, or here is purchasing my services, which comes at a higher price point. So you can have multiple ways that way. But what we don't want is 5 different coaching programs. You want to keep it at 3. It's a psychological thing because what we're going to do is have a low price offering, medium price offering, and a high end offering. And when I say low price, I don't mean like $10. You're probably going to start it at somewhere around $199 or up, depending on how you're doing this. And what happens is that you will find that a lot of people can't afford your high end, and they don't see the value in the lower end, so they'll always come in that middle. So that's the psychology of having these 3 different offerings, is that people want to feel as if they got the best, even though they can't afford it, but they don't want to get the thing that's too cheap or not valuable enough for them. So I want you to think about that when it comes to putting together your 3 offerings. 3 is enough. You don't need more. And you probably don't necessarily need less than that. Unless you know exactly what you do and offer one thing, then you can go for it. All right. So the third thing to think about is, like I said, have a high-end offering. Now, your high-end offering is usually going to be, oh my gosh, probably going to be your one-on-one coaching program with you. That is always kind of the high end. Unless all of your programs are grouped, you got to have a high-end offering, and you got to put in the bells and whistles into that high end. So you got to think about that. So the high end is going to be probably the best of what you can do, or having more access to you individually. So make sure you have that high end offering. Number 4 is you need to offer discovery sessions. Now, here's the thing with discovery sessions. This is where you're going to give people a little taste of what you do. A discovery session is not 1 hour, it's not 2 hours, it's not, because this is all free. A discovery session is usually 15 to 20 minutes to figure out what somebody's problem is, and for you to determine whether or not you can help them. This is what a discovery session is, and you have to be timely on these. Please stop giving away your knowledge and too much of everything on a discovery session, okay? So make sure you do these timely, but limit how often you're doing these. But this is a great way to get people on the phone to figure out what's going on and whether or not you can help, because that goes into our last one, sales calls that convert. Your discovery session will turn into a sales call that hopefully will convert for you. Now, the thing is, during your discovery session, this is where you have to hear the problem. You don't talk. All you do is listen in your discovery session. And then you make the judgment call of whether or not you can help this person. And if you can help them, basically you go into your sales call now. Now, what I will say is you need to learn how to sell. You need to learn how to sell big time if you're going to add coaching on to your speaking career, speaking business, or whatever you're doing around speaking. But you need to make sure you have these sales calls that convert. You don't want to keep having discovery sessions and nobody converted. If you're running into that, that means you need to kind of take a little bit of time and see what you can correct to get people to convert. Now, those are just some basic overview points when it comes to how to make money with coaching packages. You'd be very surprised. Now, you shouldn't be surprised, but a lot of people, you can easily make six figures depending on the type of coaching programs or packages that you're offering. I will say the thing is, this is going to be a lot of work on you. If this is what you love, go for it. If this is not what you love, just be aware of that. Don't do anything that feels like work to you, okay? So take all of this with with a little advice and with some love, okay? If you're trying to make money with coaching programs, of course, if you have any questions about this, please slide them into the comment box. I will be sure to come back and have answers for you because I get the notification. But I will say this is probably one of the easier ways for a speaker to make easily six figures along with their speaking. And this is definitely for those of you who are using public speaking as a way to market your business. You'll be surprised that most people who don't get paid to speak will actually make more money doing this than actually just getting paid flat fees just to get on stage. So hopefully this is helpful. Of course, if you have any questions, just let me know. And I hope you have an amazing weekend. Take care of yourself. And you know what? Keep doing what you're doing. Bye.